welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I am so happy you are here. Whether you're my new friends or ones who have been around with me for a while, I appreciate all of you. So this is actually my 2023 or like next year series, and this is also a special series because this is a special video because this is in collaboration with Gifted Soul 777. So we're finding out what love is coming for you the next year. So the next year for us will be 2023. But I'm always a believer in you find videos that you're meant to. Like they always seem to be timeless for me. That's how I look at it. So just thank you so much for being here. And I did want to say a little bit about what's happening with the channel. If you'll just stay with me for just a second. And basically right now what I'm doing is that I've actually finally realized that I have a community post. And so I've been using the community post. And now what I want to do going forward, especially in the next year, 2023, is that each week I'm going to basically give you topics you can choose, or like for the pick a card reading. So you get to choose my content. And like basically, because I think about it as it's like, yes, I create the content, but you watch it. And so I feel like we're partners in this. So I wanted to actually create content that you like, that you want to watch. And so I'm going to come up with some ideas, and you could always, like in those posts that I have in the community tab, you could always comment there if you have any ideas that you want me to, play with. And also, it would be awesome if you are subscribed. If you haven't, that's okay. It's just sort of like, we just go with what the subscribers majority want. And so I'm going to have two. We're going to have a love one specifically, love, like different choices for love readings, and then we're going to have like what I call the fun, or like kind of more random reading. So those are two things that are coming through. So if you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. This came through after I was really racking my brain as to how to really well, it's all part of my I don't want to go into a full detail of it. You'll see something, but if you watch the video about how I came up ending the year and starting the year, so it's sort of like that. You're gonna see. I'm actually filming that possibly today or tomorrow, but that's gonna be first. So that is how put my heart into all that I do, and I wanted to do that. I've been struggling the last quarter. As you can, I like the cards and I like it, but I actually want it to be for you. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I do readings, but if it doesn't, if it's not something that's going to be like, yes, I want to watch that, then I feel like it's a loss for both of us. So, I've been saying long intros, but thank you so much for listening to that little intro. So be on the lookout and vote wherever you want. What do you want to see? It's all up to you. This is all content for you. This channel, this is for you. That's what I want. Okay, so let's go ahead. So this is what's love coming for you for the next year. So this is pile 1, and this is Brit's Third Eye Tarot. This is the Golden Girls Tarot, and this is pile 2. This is pile 3. And this is the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. All right. So as always, let's go ahead and close our eyes. Inhale. I actually think you should shift around if you want. Just move a little bit. Yeah. Dance, do a little dance, do a little dance. Okay, now as we exhale and open our eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. My dear friends from Group 1, I'm so happy you are here as we find out what's happening with you in terms of love, our love predictions for 2023. And if you didn't hear, this is a collaboration with Gifted Soul 777. So check out my reading here, take what resonates, then go over there and in her reading and take what resonates, and make yourself a nice little reading. Also, right now we're going to use the Moonology manifestation cards to see what the overall energy for this year is in terms of love. And also, I did want to say, be on the lookout for the community post. Those who are subscribed, what I'm doing is I'm putting up choices for you to choose the content. So basically, you choose whichever reading you actually think is like interesting, and then I'll make it. So you'll have different choices for love reading, and then for what I call fun readings. And so you get to choose. So be on the lookout for that one, and consider subscribing. And also, we're starting subscriber giveaways, personal readings. So one subscriber or two, I'm gonna see, can win personal readings, and you'll see the post. I already did that one for December, and so you'll see it for January. All right, let's see what this energy for love is. Energy for love for the collective of group one for this year. What is the energy for love for the collective of group one? Let's see what is the energy for love. That's overall energy for love. Okay. So here it is. It's actually interesting because I wanted to do that. So we have clear minds and clear emotions. All right. So this is the analogy. Let's go ahead and put that there. That's interesting. So we have Gemini and Aries both being represented here. So those might be signs that are important to you. Maybe that might be somebody coming through here as well. I do see a lot of passion here with this one, and full moon is very beautiful. So a lot of passion coming through as well for you. I feel like that's an important thing coming here. So lots of like sexy times, if you will. That's what I'm seeing, like intensity here. With this one, I'm also seeing a very intuitive and like psychic connection as well, and that's an important thing coming through again here. So clear your mind. I almost feel like messages are coming through here for you. And I was thinking about and now I'm gonna do tarot, doing one like predictions for the kind of like for the no contact one. So I might just do that. I think that would be kind of cool. All right. So let's see what love, like what love is coming for the collective. What's happening in terms of love, romantic love, romantic love, yeah. For the collective of group one. All right. Oh, nice. Okay. Knight of Cups. Oh, wow. Seriously, dude. Oh, very lovely. This was such a lovely reading. I'm like, yes, we have emotions, and yes, we do have to clear our minds. I feel like, with that clear emotions, I don't know. Well, we'll see how this all plays out, but this is just so lovely. Sorry, I'm giddy for you. That's what it is. I just like, oh, I have no idea. When I say like love readings that just make me giddy, this makes me giddy. Okay. And we're going to clarify. I'm going to be clarifying with the Christmas Cheer Tarot, because that's sort of just what I've been playing with a lot now. So what I'm seeing here is major declaration of love right here, my friends. Declaration of love by somebody. I'm thinking like a King of Pentacles. That's what I'm seeing here. And so, trying to see, no, I wouldn't say like a King of Pentacles and declaration of love coming through here. But I do want to say something here with the Seven of Pentacles. I'm almost going to say here with this cool emotions, cool your emotions. I don't really feel it's like cool the emotions so much as I'm going to say don't rush it. It's sort of what I'm like kind of getting here. It's like don't rush it. Because this is sort of like what I'm going to say here. It's like this is worth putting effort in and putting the work in, right? Putting and building something like substantial. It's not going to come overnight here, although it does feel like it's quite intense here because of the declarations of the Knight of Cups. You're also, I love this Magician. I almost like this is the energy I'm feeling for you. So I feel like you're the Magician. You're manifesting this, and it doesn't matter. Like, and here is the thing, right? So if you're single, I feel like you are studying, like you're using all your mojo to manifest this like love or connection, something substantial. For those of you who are like in relationships, I feel like you are you're even more attractive to your significant other this year. It's a sort of like you just have this I want to say like a charisma. You're attracting everything. A Magician energy is so lovely. I do like it a lot. you look at that, infinite, and it's sort of like, yes, I have the power. And so I think if you're in a relationship, I feel like like your significant other is so going to be attracted to you. It's going to be like, they're just going to be like, oh, I love it. Yeah. And for those of you who are looking for love, it's somebody with like, possibly somebody who's well-to-do, or somebody who feels established, like an earth, maybe a earth sign is definitely available here for you as well. It's like somebody who helps you feel grounded. Okay, that's what I want to say. Like somebody who grounds your energy a little bit. So maybe you're kind of like, you're fast to go off, like, like your emotions kind of lead your way. This is more of a person who's like, they're not to say that they don't feel emotions or anything. Actually, they are quite nurturing and loving, but they're more grounded. They're not like fly off the wall kind of person. And so this is a nice balance for you. And so I feel like that's another thing. If you are with somebody, even if they're not an earth sign, or even if you're not well to do, it's sort of coming to this part of in your connection where they help ground you a little bit, right? And also at the same time support you to take flight, right? It's this contradiction. It's sort of like it helps the growth, but at the same time it also helps to ground you, make you feel a bit stable. For look at this, and the 10 of Cups, fulfillment, happiness, joy. Yeah, and again, like, look, more declaration of love with this Knight of Cups, and then the 7 of Pentacles. Like I said, this is not, I don't want it to feel like, oh my goodness, it's sort of like, again, you gotta put in the work here. That's what I'm feeling. It's like, don't rush. I almost want to tell you, especially like, savor every like stage in your relationship. Savor each stage. So if you're in where you've been together for a while, but like, hey, savor that comfortableness, that stability that you have. If you're just starting out, or if you're just looking for love and you're just like, hey, let me start dating, savor that as well for you, because it's sort of like, hey, that's gonna be a fun part. If you're just in the beginning of the relationship, it's like, savor getting to know each other. It's like, savor wherever stage you're in, just savor that. And like, oof, look at that. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, I do wanna, like, I'm gonna clarify, but I'm pretty much stuck. Like, I'm loving this. Let me see what this King of Pentacles is offering us, my friends. What is this? Strength. Yeah. Look at that. It really is. It's how do I say it? It's like the inner strength here. It helps you. I really do feel like that. Oh, and it kind of makes sense with that. Oh, it's like a fieriness. I feel like your energy is quite fiery. And then, but the strength is like, they give you some support. That's what I feel like. This King of Pentacles, you'll feel the support coming from him or her, whatever. Significant. 7 of Pentacles. What is 7 of Pentacles doing here? Oh, for some of you, it might be a vacation, traveling somewhere. I did the 4 of Candy Kings, which is the 4 of Swords. Also, like, oh yeah, okay, and this actually makes sense. Okay, for some of you, go on vacation. Maybe you might even find somebody on travel. That's cool. But for others of you, I feel like it's this connection that you have, like, psychically, maybe in your dreams as well, because it really just does feel like there is that alternative here, there's that potential here, and this is, of course, general reading. So let's look at this Knight of Cups. What is this Knight of Cups? 8 of Candles. Yeah. So I feel like maybe, because I'm not sure. So maybe somebody's going to declare their love, or you're going to declare your love. One of those. It could be you, because it does, like, it's the 8 of Candles. So it's fast moving. I really do feel like you're going to strike this thing, but I feel like at the same time, it's like, savor. Keep saying that, because we want to rush things. We often do. It's understandable. We're like, oh my goodness, we have to get it done. We have to, and it's sort of like, no, let's savor. Like, can you savor the delicious, I'm going to say ice cream, or cake, or tart, or pie? Can you savor them all? And I feel like that. Okay, and I wanted to see the magician. Okay, so the magician energy here is being clarified by the Four of Presents, and so that means that you might have like, okay, so you are manifesting. And this, I'm glad I did this clarification because I was like, oh, it's fine, but no, this is important, my friends. Okay, so you are the magician. You're manifesting. You are. You just might not notice it, my friends. You might be a little guy, you just don't know. Like, it might be something that, like a person you don't know. And that sometimes we have this idea, right? It could be that you're like a specific person has to be the one who answers this. But no, it might be somebody else completely. Somebody who you just didn't expect at all. So be open because this offer is being opened. This is like when you have the Four of Cups, I always think this is like the Ace of Cups being offered, but you're not seeing it. So I want you to see it. You are manifesting it. It is happening. You just might not be seeing it because you're expecting certain things. Maybe that's not it. The universe has something else for you. Let's see what else is happening in terms of love for the collective of group one. This coming here. Unstable. Okay. Travel came twice. All right, one more. Oh, and this is the Once Upon a Dream by Moonmoth Goddess and Destiny. Oh, I like this. I was actually, when I was shuffling before, when I was getting everything ready, that was what sort of came through here. Okay. This is very cute. Okay, unstable. So traveling for world travel, it just seems like there's traveling here. I don't know why, but that seems like there's something to do with travel for a lot of you. Destiny, this is sort of reminding me of the Chariot. And I do feel like there's motion forward. There's movement forward. It's also like, it's telling you that, like, yeah, it's just, I'm always a believer in what's meant to be will be. And so this is sort of like, that's destiny happening through here. And this unstable here, it's interesting because it's sort of like this Ace of Cups. So maybe you're like, it may be that you're trying too hard to cool your emotions, maybe cooling not your actual emotions, but the like, oh, I really, really want this. I really, really want this. And this is what happens a lot of the time when we really, 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 really want this, when we really, really, really want this, right? And we're not really, it's actually coming through, but we're just so focused on the really, really wanting it. And usually we have a specific way we want that, really, really want it. That we don't see when it actually comes. And I feel like this Ace of Cups reminds me of that. And I'm also seeing this unstable, and I really think that there's like, this is gonna somehow like, what, like this love connection, this, yeah, I'm gonna say like, cause it feels like that. Even if like I said, you already are in a relationship, and there's a need for stability here. There's a need for grounding it right here. I feel like that's something that's important. So maybe for some of you, it's clearing your mind from like overworking emotions. It's sort of like, oh, I want to go into the whole thing of, instead of trying to force a circumstance or force, like, I always like say this, we want certain things from people. We want certain things. But rather than that, like, I really just want you to savor how things are, right? Like, I almost feel like the cup is being offered. Like, I really see this. This Ace of Cups is being offered, but you're not seeing it for some reason. It might be, like I said, you might be in the, I desire it, I really want it, I want it, but you're not even, but you're still focused on that. You're not saying, hey, it's already here. Or your emotions, you might want to be like, I want it in this specific way. And the universe is like, no, we're going to make it even better for you. You have to be aware of that. Okay, so let's see what, there's an art connection for some of you. That might be something for some of you with others. Love this. And this is my Sweet Love Oracle. And it's going to be, I like to mix it with Red Hot Love by V Love and Tarot. Look at this. We have to be opened. What are we opening to? We're opening ourselves up to the potential, my friends. Oh, look at that. I also like this one. Work in progress. Yeah, we are a work in progress. People are a work in progress. Everybody is a work in progress. So, and then this blinded again reminds me again of the Four of Cups. Something's happening where, like, you are being offered the thing that you want, the love that you want, whether it's by somebody you're already with or with somebody new. It's cut, like, it's being, but you're blinding it off right now. You're like, nope, I don't want to see it. I don't know why that is, but that is something that we're working on. And I also feel like the work in progress is, again, that's 7 of Pentacles. It's savor the moment, keep working towards the things that you want, and then being open, right? Opening your heart, opening to I also want to say, like, being open to possibilities that maybe you thought were supposed to be a certain way but aren't that way. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that. And then the art connection, I guess that maybe you connect through art. You connect through I feel like an expression of an artistic expression of feelings is what I'm going to say here for you. All right, let's see what love messages come for you. What, this is the Lover's Oracle. Let's see what. It's always so hard for me to shuffle. So we're just going to randomly. Okay. Oh, look at this for some of you. What is this? What is this? Soulmate. So your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe it, and they will physically manifest. And this is, again, look, manifestation. That is, what is that? What is that? That is the Magician energy again. And so the Magician energy is here. But do you see this? Your soulmate is already with you in spirit, but you have to believe this, right? And sort of like that's the Ace of Cups that's coming, but you have to believe that it's coming. I almost feel like if you're in a connection, this is very much likely, like, well, whether or not it's like your soulmate. But, if you're like, this isn't it, right? It's what you think it is. I hope that makes sense. Like, are you happy with who the person you're with, or are you expecting them to change, right? And if so, like, I'm always like, oh, but you want somebody to change, but then why are you with them? Right? Like, oh, I like this, but I don't like that. But then we are not all perfect, and in our imperfections is beautiful, is what I say. So is it soulmate? You can make, I don't know, I think I have a view of looking at relationships. I think it's like there's no such thing as a perfect soulmate. I also think, even with the twin flames, I also think there's no such thing as like a perfect union, if you will. I think all of it works like there's a give and take. There's definitely communications. I believe in like talking and actually expressing what you desire. A lot of people always want others to read their minds. I know lots of people like that. I'm like, oh no, I used to be something like that. And I'm like, no, how can people read my mind? It's not going to happen. I rather express it. I rather just say it. And so this soulmate, I'm basically saying, if you're in a connection and it's stable and it's good and you're like, yeah, but like, oh, maybe the grass is greener on the other side, I would beg to say that it probably isn't. It's like work on the relationship you have. Even if that's the relationship is just with you, work on that as well. I want to say, like, grow where you're planted. Okay, with that I say this. I love this. Okay, so this is our guidance for you in terms of love, and this is the language of the heart alchemy. So what is coming to fruition? When you continually get the teachings you need to open your heart. These life teachings will bring you through transitions and times when you need to start over, but there will also be times when you are strong, healthy, and flourishing. To bloom is to be in a time period to state of exquisite beauty, artistry, or success. Celebrate where you are in your life right now. Yes, savor each moment. Savor where you are right now in terms of love. Oh, I love it. So I'm going to leave that there. And I'm just going to say, please go check out Gifted Soul 777. She also has this reading. We're doing collaboration. So take what resonates from this reading, take what resonates from her reading, and then just make it a nice in-depth reading for yourself. Also, please do consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up too. And especially because now we're doing, like, you get to pick. You're picking the content. That's basically, I'm putting that all in there. I'm giving ideas, but the content you choose, you get to choose what readings I film. And also, we also have, of course, the subscriber giveaway monthly. So that is also something good. Thank you so much. I feel so honored that I was able to do this reading. Please go check out also, like, I'm doing a lot of different, like, next year. So then this for love. There's also a general one too if you want to go look at that one. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. My friends from Group 2, I am so happy that you are here. And so if you, in case you didn't hear at the beginning, this is in collaboration with Gifted Soul 777. And so I always recommend you take what resonates from me, take what resonates from her, and you have yourself an in-depth reading. So we are finding out what love is coming what is coming in terms of love for you in this next year. I'm filming this for 2023, but again, I always believe everything, and like all readings are timeless. You get the reading that you like need to hear. That's always what I noticed. And then also I am having like starting the new year here. You're gonna basically, the subscribers are gonna get to choose the content. I'm gonna list different options for you in terms of one is for love, and the other one is for what I call fun readings, or just random readings. And so you get to choose whichever theme you want, or like question that you want me to answer, and then I'll put that up. I'll film it, and then it'll be good. So it's sort of like just basically it's a partnership. So it'll be cool. So do consider subscribing, and I also am starting the personal reading giveaway, like monthly ones for the subscribers. So that's also cool. Okay, now let's see. This is the Monology Manifestation card, and we're seeing what the overall energy for you in terms of love, for group 2, in terms of love for 2023, for this upcoming year. Okay. Focus on the positive, and that's the new moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius might be a sign, or fire sign might be coming through here, and we'll reflect on your priorities. And that's an Aquarius. So Aquarius might be something here. So air or fire, very strong ones here. Let's see what we want to get. The messages that are coming out from this one. So I'm going to say with this, even though I'm considering, I think I'm going to do a no-contact love prediction for the next year, this might be for some of you, the twin flame here, because of the reflection I'm seeing here. I'm also seeing, like, for me, this is sort of like a lot of the heart. So it's interesting because it's the pink that's really calling me out. I mean, I could totally see the purple, but it's sort of the pink is really calling me out. And so that's the heart chakra. That's where we are in our giving. That's a sort of like the selfless area. No ego involved here. And so I feel like that's an important thing. Reflecting on your priorities is there's sort of almost like, I want to say a higher level of love. That's what I'm going to say for you. And I'll focus up on the positivity here, and with, I would say, the new moon. Oof, I almost feel like, okay, I thank you. There's going to be challenges. I'm so sorry. But there are going to be challenges in terms of love. It could be that you're in a relationship. It could be that you're looking for love. But I like with those, you overcome them. I almost feel like there's also another sense of coming here with the stars are really calling me here, and it's sort of like telling me, hey, this year is also about healing yourself, and maybe healing connections that need to be healed. Like it might even be, and so this is why I'm going to say this is actually does feel like very much like the twin flame. The healing the connection doesn't even you may not even be with this person. Even if they may just like, it doesn't even have to be a twin. It just could be exes, like past love, past whatever it is. Like whatever it is that there's a regret there, I almost feel like we need to heal that. And I feel like that's sort of what it is. And so what I'm seeing here for you is very much like focus on this like higher level of love. And in that, there's a lot of forgiveness. You can forgive people a lot more if you're in that higher state of love. And also, for those of you who are in relationships here, I'm gonna be very gentle with this thing, and it doesn't necessarily resonate with anybody. It's just maybe for a specific. Like no nitpicking, my friends. Let's try to make this year not about nitpicking, okay? Can you love somebody so like, and not, I'm not saying to like ignore major red flags or anything, but not nitpick. I like the small things, if that makes sense. Okay. Enough of that. Let's see what the cards have for us. What love is coming through. Okay. Oh, just got some yeah. That was coming in terms of love. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Yeah, okay, there we go. In terms of love, I have the Knight of Swords energy. Ace of Cups, lovely. And then we have one more card, my friends. What else is happening with the collective? Ace of Wands. Wow, look at this new beginnings, my friends. Look at this new beginnings. I'm going to clarify some of these. I definitely want to clarify that one. But, wow. I'm like loving all of this. Oh, sorry. I'm moving my microphone away. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay, so we do definitely have a whole lot of new beginnings. We have in terms of love, and we also have in terms of passion. I also see the High Priestess, and this is interesting because group 1 had the Magician here, and that feels like that's your energy. So it's not the Magician energy, but yours is the High Priestess energy. So you are, again, highly intuitive, listening to all your intuition. But the High Priestess, I really do I like the High Priestess, but there's a sense of almost like a little bit of detachment that comes with her. Yeah, so it's sort of like, hey, you're waiting around to see what comes through here. It's almost like oh, it's like you're a little hesitant is what it is. Thank you for the proper word. Yes, that was it. I do like this Knight of Swords, so it feels like possibly for some of you this is a new energy coming in terms of love, and this new energy that comes in here is the ones that's leading this Ace of Cups and an Ace of Wands. So like these new beginnings, and so it could be an actual person. It could be somebody who's a bit younger, somebody who's rash and who just kind of like knows what they want and they go after it 100%. They also have a good sense of like what they think is justice. Yeah. For some of you, I feel like maybe you are, and this is actually interesting. Again, not for all of you, but for some of you, this is like you're still holding on to something in the past with this Two of Cups, but this is something coming in that's new. So this is interesting. Oh, and for those of you who are in already in a relationship, it might be, I guess, it's sort of like this does feel like a change or a shift coming in terms of the relationship. It's like even though you've been together, there's still like new passion that's arriving. There's new emotions and love coming through here that's being offered. Oh, I like this. Okay, that's actually what I really want to know is the High Priestess. Let me clarify. I'm using right now the Christmas Cheer Tarot that I created. I really like it. Okay, Five of Presents. Yeah, okay, see, I knew it. There was something there. Okay. And this one. Oh boy. I do want to see this Knight of Swords. What's happening with this Knight of Swords? The Emperor. Very cool, very cool. Want to see, what do I want to see the world? Yeah. What this is like. You have this completion, this joy. What this is Ace of Wands doing here. Two of Candle choices. I actually want to say, and then this one is sort of like also the Ten of Cups coming through here. So, okay. So this is the energy I'm feeling here for you. For this Two of Cups, it's sort of like this Eight of Presents, which is the Eight of Cups. So for me, that just feels like, yes, I do feel like this is some sort of lingering, maybe regret is a little bit. It's sort of like you have to walk away, and it doesn't mean that you have to walk away from your current relationship. It sort of just means that I think for those of you who've been with somebody, and maybe it's sort of like you just feel like, oh, it's so like the beginning, like, you know how in the beginning there's like this awesome spark and there's like it's chemistry and you have all this thing and this, like, it's all intense, right? And then as the years go by or like the months or the days, there's a certain sense of stability. There's a sense of like, okay, it sort of eases down a little bit. And so I feel like that's the energy here. I also feel like for some of you though, this is actually somebody in your past that you're still longing for. But you know it's no longer there. It's no longer available here. With the High Priestess, I was saying that it was like, I do like her, but she's feeling detached, and it's because we're still holding on to this Five of Presents, so it's Five of Cups. Still holding on to something in the past, and we can see this here. We're still holding on to things. We're like, no. So it almost feels like, for those of you who are in a relationship, it's like there's a longing for how things used to be. That's sort of what I'm seeing here. For those of you who are like single, like maybe what either your ideal of what you want it to be, or for in a specific relationship or person that you're like longing for. Like I said, this could be my twin flames pile and feel a little bit like it is. But there's a new energy, like I said, coming through with this Knight of Swords, and this is Emperor energy. So it could be something quite significant. It could be that if you're with somebody, it's sort of like that reinvigoration coming through. And for others of you, it's like an actual person that's coming in. It's like, hey, I really like you. Let's have fun here. And with this, it's sort of like the world here is. I almost want to say like. Yes, it could be like an ending, but to me, it's sort of like a rebirth of a kind coming through here. So maybe somebody from the past is coming, but it feels like a rebirth. The world, or it could be that the world is opening up for you. It's sort of like you're on top of the world. You feel that way. The Two of Wands is actually, the Ace of Wands is like clarified with the Two of Wands and the Ten of Presents, which is the Ten of Cups. So it's like a choice of passion. It's a choice of like, but it feels like it's doing something that is not your usual way of doing things. It feels like something like I feel like almost like you're a little too comfortable. You need to get out of that zone. If you're with somebody and you're like, things are stagnant, then kind of like make it your own, I would say, priority of like, hey, let's bring out like the fun. I almost feel like I listened to Brandon Picard, and there's like how to reinvigorate your life, right? Sometimes we like the life is sort of like, it becomes complacent in a sense, or we become complacent. So you could either try going to a new place. It's sort of like trying something new, like going to a new place, being in a different atmosphere, and that also brings it here. And so I feel like trying something new. That's what I'm going to say here, and it brings you a lot of joy and happiness. The Ten of Cups is available to you, and with this Ace of Wands, it's sort of like this passion coming through here. So I do like this a lot. Let's go see what other things are coming in terms of love for the collective of group 2. Reflection. Oh my goodness, we have reflection twice. And so that's like, so reflecting, maybe going in hermit mode. I love hermits, but sometimes this whole year has been a hermit mode, off and on, mostly on. So I'm like, I'm over that. And frustration, yeah. Okay, let's see what other things are coming through here. And anticipation and barrier. Okay, so we have little barrier. Look at this one. I want you to see this. Love. Twin flame stuff here, right? This does feel like this is my twin flame file right there. Okay, so what am I going to say here? Reflection. Go within yourself, yeah? Reflect on your priorities. So what is your priority? Is it, and that's okay, thank you. Like, is it being right or is it being happy? That's actually overall and true. Especially if we're feeling frustrated, we're like, oh my goodness. I really do feel like you're like, maybe this frustration is like you're not, I feel for those of you who are in a relationship that it's sort of like you're like, I want it to be like back in the beginning, like the way things used to be. I really keep hearing that, the way these things used to be. And for others of you, it's sort of like, hey, maybe it's like that you're looking for love and you're like, nobody's noticing me. It's like this frustration. But it's not that nobody's noticing you, my friend. It's that you may be not noticing them. You might not be noticing those who are there for you, right? It might be like you're like in this two of cups, 8 of cups energy where you're like longing for something in the past that you're not noticing what's available for you here. And this is anticipation. It's sort of like this is actually what I would say is one of the words I would use to describe when you're first starting, like when you're first getting to know somebody. It's like anticipation. You want to know more. You want to see them. You want to, like, can we bring that to where you are, even if you aren't, like if you've been together for a while, can you still have that anticipation? Can you still have this, like, and if you are single and everything, and you're like, I really want this, I want love, right? And it's sort of like, I want to to show you something. You're in this frustration, but my friend, what if you were to turn into anticipation? What if you were to turn it into anticipation instead of like, I'm so looking forward to this, like when the love comes, when this, like when and sort of like you're opening yourself up to all these potentials versus like frustration, go like, you know. And I feel like this is a barrier here. I'm actually going to find out why this barrier is here. I almost want to feel like the barrier is this high priestess with this 5 of presents. Sort of like you are limiting yourself. You're kind of maybe your own worries, because this is definitely feeling like an 8 of swords energy. Oh, look at that. There's so it's sort of like the Ace of Swords, so coming clarity, but with the 2 of swords. So it's sort of, I feel like there's a choice. There's a choice for you. Maybe that's between choosing frustration and anticipation. There's also a choice here of, are you keeping yourself in this prison? I feel like prison of regret. And so you have the potential to have this clarity and make you move forward. And so maybe this energy of this Knight of Swords might even be yours, which I actually could be quite nice. Let's see. And so this oracle deck is Once Upon a Dream by Moon Moth Goddess, and right now I'm using my Sweet Love Oracle and mixed with, I like to blend it with the Red Hot Love by Be Love and Tarot. All these guys are available. Let's go ahead and see what love is coming. Justice, no, karma. Okay, we have karma. Oh, reconciliation for some of you. So there's going to be some reconciliation. Maybe for some of you, we did say that. There was something about that. So I was like, oh, the world could come to an end, but it might just be a re-beginning, a rebirth of some kind. Karma. I always say, like, what we put out is what we get back in. So let's be aware of that. Oh, look at this. A union is here. Oh, I like this. So maybe a reconciliation for some of you. And let's unlock. Oh, I like it. And by the way, it actually had this on the bottom, which totally can, but what I wanted to do here is you're unlocking your own barriers. You're unlocking your own heart. So what I'm seeing here is that a lot of it, all of this, these mountains too, and staying focused, sort of like you lost your own heart. So you need to, and that's the thing, nobody really can unlock our heart, but we have to unlock it for ourselves. And so that's by letting love come through here. And again, looking at things from a higher, like a higher love. What I really want you to see. Oof, and the union, I'm just excited. So maybe it's like, for some of you, it's finally this reconciliation with like you've been wanting, maybe it's coming through here. And for those of you who've been putting in, like, oh my goodness, but yes, if you've been putting in the work, if you've been putting in, like the karma come here, and I do like this true love is coming through as well. Oh, I like this. Sorry, this is, I'm totally one of those people who loves happy endings. Okay, let's see what your lover oracle card is. Okay, so we have this tree, which is, I feel like growth, abundance. So time, you're trying too hard to give it time. Okay, yeah. So maybe you are trying too hard. And that's that frustration versus anticipation, you know? And then we also have, oh wow. I was going to stop at one end and I started. And so this one is one, and it's just reflection again. That one's reflection, because I'm like, okay. And then we also have this stuff. Oh my goodness, love this. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to events in your life. Through turmoil, blessings will soon be revealed. Oh, I like these. And reflection. So give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Yes. Again, not with this frustration, but rather with anticipation. And it's the world of difference. The feeling is totally different. All right, let's see what guidance we have for the collective of group 2 in terms of love. Oh, appreciation. Look at that one. This is beautiful. And this is, what was it called? It's the language of heart alchemy. Okay, and this is appreciation. Where or to whom do you need to show genuine appreciation? Directing attention to something is to acknowledge it. When others give you their attention, it is a gift to create more conscious consciousness, and communication. As Voltaire said, appreciation makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. Consider how you invest your time, creativity, energy, money, and appreciation. Increase in value of that investment as well. And so what is this? Reflect on your priorities. What are you putting your priorities into? Are you putting it into the frustration, or are you putting into anticipation? And that's like, it doesn't matter whether it, and sort of like, are you putting it on the like positive, or like are you putting it on like not as much positive? Like so thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this reading. Please remember, this is in collaboration with Gifted Soul 777, so please go check out whatever, like her reading, and see what resonates, like what resonates from hers, what resonates from mine, and then you have yourself an in-depth reading. And also please consider giving this reading a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing. Like I said, you are choosing the content starting next year. You're gonna, like, I'm hoping you know you're there, but like we're like, that's what we're doing. You're choosing the content, and we have subscriber giveaway, subscriber personal readings giveaway monthly. So please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much. Oh, you're awesome. Until I see you in the next one. Bye bye, my dear friends. Oh, my dear friends from group 3. I'm so happy you are here. So we're gonna find out what is happening for you in terms of love in the next year. So I'm filming this for 2023, but this is, like I always said, timeless reading. You always choose the reading that you need to hear. I'm always 100%. I believe that very much so. And this is in collaboration with Gifted Soul 777. So please go check out her reading and take what resonates from there, take what resonates from mine, and you have yourself a very in-depth reading for this upcoming year. So this is exciting. So first off, we're gonna actually find the overall energy of this, and we're using the Moonology manifestation cards. And also, if you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing. I'm doing this weekly. I'm going to be asking basically 2 posts in the community. One post is for the love readings, and one post is going to be for that what I call fun readings. And so I'm going to have different choices, and everybody gets to vote on which ones they want. And so subscribers get to vote. I'm sorry, that's just sort of how it is on YouTube. But you vote on what content you want. So I will be creating content that you like, and I'm excited for that very much so. And also there's another perk of being a subscriber is that I'm doing the subscriber personal reading giveaway monthly, so that might be something you're interested in. Okay, I understand sometimes I don't want to subscribe. Like, I like being anonymous. I get it, but we'll just watch those readings, and hopefully it'll be the collective in any case. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's like the overall energy for this love. What's that like in terms of love for the collective? Group 3, this upcoming year. We have speak your world into being. Ooh, nice first quarter in Gemini. So air is important. The air signs coming through here. Okay, and this one. Okay. Ooh, wow. We have first quarter moon in Capricorn, so unleash your kindest self. Those actually, it's funny, I didn't really realize this, but this might be important timing in terms of like Capricorn, January season, and then Gemini is in June season. So that I was like, oh, that didn't even occur to me. All right, so what I'm seeing here is definitely heart chakra help here. This brain is really calling me. Speak your world into being. Affirmations might be very strong. I also want to say something though. I almost feel like a very important aspect of love this year for you, specifically, it's always important. I'm not gonna say that. It's really kind of like yourself connecting. It's almost like really looking at yourself. How are you? Okay, that's a good one. How are you speaking about yourself? Maybe if you're putting yourself down, that's sort of what you're kind of speaking into the world, right? If you're putting yourself down, maybe if you're you're going to see that reflection on with how people react to you, or like how people treat you, because you're sort of speaking that into being. I also feel like it's also important. It's funny. If you feel like, if you're feeling like you're lacking in terms of love, if there's a scarcity in terms of love, then there might be a scarcity in terms of love for yourself. So it's sort of like whatever it is, whatever issue is going to happen this year, it's a mirror. Oh, I love that. So this could also be my twin flame, but I think group 2 was more my twin flame. But it's a mirror. Whatever circumstances, specifically in terms of love, is a mirror so to how you are in dealing and feeling towards yourself. So very important here. Unleash your kind of self. That's sort of going in here. It sort of does feel like these two, like group 2 and group 3, are kind of interconnected. So if you were thinking about group 2, you might want to go look into that. But regardless of that, it is almost like unleashing your kind of self is not only for others, but it's more towards yourself. Again, it's sort of like, I almost want to say, cut yourself a break. Give yourself a break here. Cut yourself some slack. There you go. And especially like, I feel like you might be too, how do I say it? Demand too much from yourself. And I feel like if you demand too much from yourself, you probably demand too much from others. If there's also like a sense of like, hey, let's ease away from that. All right. Oh yeah, I also wanted to give you a little heads up. This crystal, the crystal unicorn tarot, usually is a little harsher. So please bear with me. There are certain tarots that are very much so. We're hoping like the Christmas cheer tarot might ease some of its harsher tones, but we'll see. So what's happening for the collective of group 3? Okay, it's not that. What's happening for the collective group 3 in terms of love for this upcoming? Hey. Oh, okay. Maybe it's like saying, you see, we don't have to be harsh. We don't have to be more cutting. Oh, I love this Knight of Swords is showing up a lot. And it was in group 2, I believe. Yeah, group 2 seems like that was here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ace of Cups. Also, it does have a little similarities to the. And then we also have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, and I feel like that was group. Yep, that was group 2. I'm definitely gonna say, like, you might want to check that out as well. All right, my friends. Let's see. Which one are you? You are the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Actually, I feel like you're kind of, I'm going to say this is interesting to me because it sort of feels like you're all of these in a sense. So the Page of Swords, this feels like where you're starting off. I feel like there's a sense here of where you're starting off. It's sort of like the Page of Swords is speaking. Again, speaking is very important. And speaking your truth, speaking like, and like I said, expressing, I almost want to say expressing your needs and desires. Right? Very important coming through here. I feel like that's the key element here. Expressing your needs and desires, but though willing to listen to yourself, right? Really, your inner self. You might not want to, but also listening to others. A sense. This is the Queen of Pentacles is reminding me a lot of the kind of self here, and it's funny because it's the Capricorn, so it would make sense too. Very nurturing, very loving, and a sense of grounding, very much so needed here. 10 of Cups, fulfillment, joy coming through. It's fascinating to me because you have this fulfillment, you have this, but you even have, I feel like even more love coming, even more opportunities coming for you in terms of love. If you're in a relationship, it feels like, can it even grow more? Yes, it can, because and we're going to talk about this Hanged Unicorn. It can grow even more. If you're looking for love, I almost feel like you already have a lot of love, but new one can come through here. I feel like this might be for some of you, like you have a lot of support from like loved ones here, but there's also a sense of like love coming through, a romantic sense coming as well. And it can be like this is some progress here from the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords. So I'm actually going to talk about this in the Queen of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords kind of combined. So yeah, there is a sense here of like the Pentacles energy, very nurturing, very caring. Oh, lovely. Like I always think of the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who bakes. I love baking, but it's like I don't really, I'm not even sure if I'm the Queen of Pentacles, but I just love baking, and that sort of seems what would be that cozy, caring energy. But what I want to see is that there's a need for this balance here, also of the Knight of Swords. So I like, yes, this is a very loving energy, but there's also I want to say a little stronger energy of coming. Not to say that this is not a strong energy, but this is more of like truth needs to be cut. Like it needs, like there's a rashness, a quickness, an action based here, which is, I think this is important for you. Taking action. And so I feel like it's almost like once you've started deciding what you want, you're speaking out what you desire and what you need, it's sort of like following through with action is what I'm really getting here. And now the Hanged Unicorn here is important because I feel like there is a sense of, again, looking at things. I love the Hanged, seeing potential where most people will not, seeing things in a different perspective, right? It's almost like this Ace of Cups, if you can't look at things in a different perspective, you might actually miss that Ace of Cups, right? But if you can see things, right, I almost feel like if you can see the potential in all circumstances, whether you deem them good or bad, right? Because circumstances are just that, they're circumstances. We are the ones who make them good or bad by the way we react to them, how we think about them. So there's potential here. For, I feel like if you're looking, you have a lot of love already. I do feel that it could just be a more of like, oh, it's just my family and blah blah blah, or you know, like your support there. But I really want this romantic love, and it's sort of like we're being offered, but you have to like shift that perspective. I almost want to say like, like love, like. Maybe also like self-love is sort of what I'm also hearing with this Hanged Unicorn, because sometimes, like I said, it's sort of like whatever it is, whatever obstacle or whatever thing that, you know, the little hiccup on the road is really a reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. And so I'm going to actually find out what this, I want to find out, well, definitely what this Hanged Unicorn is. Hanged Unicorn, let's see, Hangman doing here. State of presence. So we have something that we need to let go of from the past that's no longer serving us, but we're still holding on, and there's a sadness there from it. What is this? But instead of seeing like that, instead of seeing like the sadness of it, it's sort of like, hey, I was blessed to have that like relationship, right? I was blessed enough to have this, but now I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something new. What is this Page of Swords doing here? What is this Page of Swords doing here? Okay, we have Three of Candles. So it's sort of like you're getting ready. I want, like, yes, speaking what you want in the future, but it's sort of like you're getting ready for what's to come. There's a sense of anticipation coming through here. As you're learning, as you're moving forward. Let's look at what this Ten of Cups is doing here. What is this Ten of Cups doing? Five of Ornaments, yeah. Okay, so we have a sense of scarcity. I mean, you have a lot of love. So that's the thing I want to say. I just, like, there is a lot of love present for you, but you're not really taking it into account. You're not, you're saying, you're like, oh, no, you're kind of focusing on the lack of. Like, if you're like, I want more love, in terms of romantic love, and you're like, you have a whole bunch of like friends and you have family and everything, and you're like, oh, or even the love of your fur munchkins, love, that's love right there too. But you're not focusing, you're not being like, hey, that's awesome. You're kind of like, oh no, it's not good enough. And it's sort of like, no, it is. It's the starting step. But I feel like you need to work on your love for yourself. That's really what I have to say here. What is this Knight of Swords doing here? What is this Knight of Swords doing here? Queen of Ornaments, love that. Yeah, okay. See, again, there's this sense of balance. You need this. Like, yes, you have to be nurturing, loving. You don't have to be. You are naturally nurturing and loving, but you also have to take action, yeah? You can't just, you know, like I said, sometimes I'm like, you have to actually you know, you get some knowledge here, you get this page, but you have to start taking action towards the things that you do want. So if you're looking for love and you're just like, I'm looking for love, but you're not actually taking action for it, my friend, I don't know. You have to maybe start going out there and saying, hey, you know, or like even to your friends, that like, I'm looking, you know, like if there's somebody you can, like, if you know somebody who you think would be cool. I know that maybe that's a bit awkward, but I don't know. Being out there, being available, even just like that, the moon energy for the Queen of Pentacles. So you are in a state, and it really does look, it feels like there's like a sense of you need to kind of go in with yourself, because I feel like if love is being blocked, even if you're with somebody, but you're like, if connection is just not feeling like it should, it's not the other person. And I know that's going to be, it's sort of like they're just reflecting what you're going through internally. And I know that may not be what you want to hear, but here is the moon energy. It's sort of like you have to face your emotions. There's like hidden aspects where you're just, maybe you're pushing it down. But nope, the more you push down your emotions, the more they kind of keep coming back in a different route. That's kind of like, let me see what other love is coming for the collective of group. What's happening in terms of love for the collective? 3, we have desire. Oh, yes. What else? We have divine timing, so not rushing, not when, and there's a sense of like the 3 of Wands is like, yes, you're looking out for things to come, but so it's sort of like that sense of celebration. And this is what I want to say, the celebration, you already have a lot of stuff. I really feel like you have a lot of love in your life already. And you're just not, like, if you can just enjoy that, I feel like the joy of that is going to attract the love that you want. And even if, let's say, you're in a relationship, it just feels like, it's like, it's sort of like, if you can celebrate instead of like, hey, you know, the good, awesome parts of this connection. Why are you with somebody if you're not awesome parts, right? And we have loyalty. Yeah, look at that, and that's the friends. That's what I'm telling you. We're from Munchkin. There's love there, my friends. Yes. Okay, one more. It's so funny. And this came up for group 2, frustration. Yeah, you're feeling frustration because you want this desire. You want something more. I don't know whether it's something more in your relationship, whether it's something more in terms of love. You want like love, like, and you're frustrated. You're like, and I get it, but you also kind of suppress those emotions as well. You are not, it's sort of like you need to speak all the truth. Speak out all your frustration. Let it all out. And admit there's the desire that you want something. I don't know what it is. You want more, like a stronger connection. Do you want love? Do you want just sexy times? I don't know. But you gotta, like, you know, right? You know, and so I feel like you've been not allowing yourself to actually express that. And the moon is like sort of, is always like hidden emotions, hidden desires. And so it's sort of like, and you have to light the light on that. Because otherwise it's not going to happen, my friend. Well, it will, but it's sort of like, isn't it much better to just be clear? Okay. Apology? Oh, so maybe an apology is coming for you. So are you gonna apologize? Oh, good luck. Look at that. Yes, good luck is coming in terms of love, my friends. Oh, look at that. An apology. Oh, but you see, this is what I'm talking about. You can't be closed. And I feel like that is sort of you're feeling a bit closed off. Don't be closed off. Be open. Because that's what you want. You want the love. But if you're closed, even if it comes, you're not going to see it. An apology. I'm going to look that up a little bit. Just give me a second. I'm going to other stuff. Oh, and this is Once Upon a Dream by Moon Moth Goddess. This is my Sweet Love Oracle, and this is Be Love and Tarot's Red Hot Love. And that is actually like, you can find all of them, I think. Let me see, one more. What else is happening? Trust. Oh my goodness, doggies. You have 2 dogs. 2 for Munchkin. 2 for Munchkin. Loyalty, friends, love. Somebody who supports you, and there's a sense of trust. Oh my goodness, I love those. Okay, but I do want to see why we are closed. Why are we? Oh, actually closed and apology. Sorry. What is this one? We have closed. You're still holding on to the past, my friend. You're closing off because you're still in the past. Yeah, there's cool things about having that, and then you have apology. Maybe for some of you, for somebody maybe wanting to be single, maybe somebody choosing money over something. Yeah. And yeah, so maybe by somebody from your past. So I feel like somebody who like prioritized other things other than you. There might be an apology for some of you. Or like, oh, okay, yeah. And if you made mistakes, it's always good to apologize. This is what I say too. Easier said than done, I know. But trust, I feel like maybe for some of you, I know you're like, this is a love reading, but maybe you might consider adopting a fur munchkin, my friends. Just because I keep saying it. I'm like, yeah, and I love, yeah. Okay. Let's see what, okay, let's do this one. Let's see what guidance the lover oracle says here. And I want to say something like being, loyal to yourself and trusting yourself too in your emotions there as well. So here, look at this. Oh, almost there's a sadness there here. So balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is the one that both supports and challenges. Oh, that's a good one, right? Can you have trust? Can you have loyalty? I hope that makes sense. Okay, and let's see. I'm like, this is the one where I'm like, I'm not sure I did a good job with this one. I'm like, I think I did, but I'm not sure. So if it wasn't exactly, oh yeah, so this is a good time for me to say, take what resonates from mine, and then go check out Gifted Soul 777, and see what resonates from hers, and then see, like, have an in-depth reading. And so this is the overall, this is the message of advice for you for love for this year. So expansion. Do you feel the intensity? The more you allow yourself to become authentically you, the more you open up to the cycles of expansion. When energy expands, it becomes integrated and might start to feel normal. You might think that the intensity has disappeared, but what really has happened is that this expanded state is the new normal. Guess what happens next? Another period of expansion. Oof. So if it feels like you're expanding, and so that might be something. I'm going to do one more for them. One more advice for the collective of group 3. Terms of love for this upcoming year. Intimacy. Okay, let's look at that intimacy. So, where can you be more vulnerable? Because you closed yourself off, and I really think you need to open. Intimacy is the person you can talk to at 3 a.m. about the dreams you just had. Intimacy is giving someone your full attention in the moment when 12 other people are asking for it. Intimacy is the person you are always excited to share those quick I thought of you moments with. No matter how distracted you are, intimacy is a true connection. Oh, so is this what you want? And is it how can you achieve it? Okay, so I hope you like this reading. Like I said, please go check out, because this is in collaboration, so please go check out Gifted Soul 777. Take what resonates from her, take what resonates from mine, and have yourself an in-depth reading. And also please do consider giving this a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. Like I said, you are choosing the content for, like, and definitely I'm just like, you're choosing the content. And of course, there's also the personal reading giveaway for subscribers as well. So thank you so much. I feel honored I was able to do reading. Thank you so much. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye.